Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Adlils StoryVerse. Here we make everything lively, keeping you entertained and steady on your screen. I'm Adlils and I love what I do. Support me by subscribing. It keeps me going. Now come close, let's dive into today's story.
On this day, Annie, a bright and lively 12-year-old, skipped down the street on her way to buy a few things for her mother. She had her usual cheerful look, her plaited hair bouncing behind her as she walked. Then a woman standing by a shop called out suddenly, "Sophia! Sophia, my dear, is that you?" Annie stopped in surprise. "Ma?" she asked softly.
I think you're mistaking me for someone else. My name is Annie.
The woman stared at her, mouth open, eyes full of confusion. "Ah, you look exactly like a girl I know. You could be her twin." Annie smiled shyly, clutching her little nylon bag. "I'm sorry, Ma. Maybe we just look alike." Then she walked away quickly. She wanted to tell her mother when she got home, but like every child, it slipped her mind. The next afternoon, on her way home from school, Annie noticed something strange. A man was standing across the road, looking at her closely. He didn't blink or look away. His stare was heavy, searching. Her heart began to beat fast. Her mother's warning echoed in her mind. If a stranger looks at you strangely, don't wait to find out why. Just run. Annie quickened her steps and hurried home. When she got inside, her mother was busy cooking. Annie dropped her bag, washed her hands, and joined her mother, forgetting once again to mention the strange man. For many nights, Annie had the same nightmare. She would see herself being dragged away from her parents, crying and screaming for help, and every time, she would wake up in tears. Her parents didn't take it seriously. They told her it was just a dream, but deep down, Annie felt it was more than that. One evening, while the family was laughing together in the sitting room, watching a comedy show, someone knocked on the door. Annie jumped up quickly to open it. Standing outside was a tall man with a huge smile on his face, a smile that lit up like someone who had just found a missing piece of his heart. The man gasped and called out, "Sophia! What on earth are you doing here?" Annie froze. That name again. She stepped back slowly, staring at the stranger. Just then, her father, Mr. Chad, walked up behind her. His face broke into a wide grin. "Frank!" he shouted. "My old friend!" The two men hugged tightly, laughing loudly like brothers who had been apart for too long. Annie sat by the corner, her eyes fixed on Frank. That name he called still echoed in her head. "Sophia!" She said nothing. Later that night, while helping her mother in the kitchen, she finally asked, "Mummy, who is Sophia?" Her mother froze for a second, then forced a smile. "Why do you ask, my dear?" "Because Daddy's friend called me that." Her mother wiped her hands quickly. "Oh, that? He must have mistaken you for someone else. People sometimes look alike, you know." Annie nodded slowly, pretending to believe her, but something inside her felt strange. Later that night, she saw her mom making a quiet phone call in the kitchen, whispering. Her voice sounded shaky, afraid. Annie wanted to ask who she was talking to, but she couldn't. She didn't want her mother to think she was spying.